once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room for probably the last time this summer until probably late December sometime. So that'll be weird. You'll still see videos come up that I filmed earlier that are in this room, but this is the last one I'll be filming until then. So that's a thing. But today's movie that I am just kind of reviewing, just because I watched it and I want to review it, is a movie called Drinking Buddies. This movie was shown at, I believe, Sundance 2013 and is being released into theaters on Friday the 23rd. So, let's talk about it. I'm pretty sure it's very limited release at this point, so odds are your theater won't have it. If it does have it, definitely check it out. I was talking about the ending to the film after you see the film, if you want to see my thoughts on it and whatnot after the credits of this video, so check that out if you are interested. Getting right into it with our characters, 4 main characters in this movie. First one is a woman named Kate, as played by Olivia Wilde. She is kind of the business side of a brewing company. She kind of does all the phone calls and deals with paperwork and all that type of stuff. She's kind of the face of the company and does everything to make it function. She is in a relationship with a guy named Chris, who is played by Ron Livingston. Their relationship is one that you see in the beginning of the film. It just seems very kind of just 2 people hanging out-ish. You don't really see it as a relationship for the most part. The other star of this film is Jake Johnson from the show New Girl, and he plays a guy named Luke, and he works in this brewing company, and as far as I can tell, he just kind of cleans the machines. We never really see him make anything, so I'm just assuming he's the one who cleans the stuff. He and Kate are best friends, so they will hang out, they will drink together, they just kind of hang out together. And he is in a relationship with a woman named Jill, who is played by Anna Kendrick, who is from Pitch Perfect. She is his girlfriend of 6 years, and you kind of see her be introduced, and it's just an interesting situation. So all these characters are introduced, and they all do really well, by the way. All the acting is really nicely done and everything like that. But the main plot of the film, we have all these characters introduced, they meet up with each other, and they basically go on something of a double date up to a cabin for a weekend. It's not a horror movie situation at all, just FYI, despite the fact that it could be easily. But essentially, over this weekend, things develop. I won't really get into it too immensely, but the relationships between certain individuals become more complicated because of certain things that happen. If you're gonna watch this movie, don't watch the trailer for it, because the trailer kind of gives away a lot of things. I just went into the movie pretty much blind. I had no real idea what it was actually about, and then I went back and watched the trailer after I finished the film, and it does actually give away a lot of the main plot points of the movie. So if you're gonna watch the movie, don't watch the trailer before it. Things kind of get complicated, and the events take place, and they lead up to the ending of the film, which I'll be talking about relatively soon. In terms of enjoyment, I actually I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was a well done film. It was very simplistic and realistic. It deals with relationships and kind of the realistic standpoint. It's not it's a romantic comedy, but it doesn't necessarily have the happy ending, depending on how you look at it. It's so much more realistic, and as I was watching the film, I'm like, yeah, that is pretty much how it happens most of the time between 2 people that are in relationships but have obvious feelings for each other. It's just it was a very interesting film, and it's only an hour and a half, so it's pretty easy to just kind of sit through and get through. But yeah, if you have the chance to see it, definitely check it out. I would highly recommend it. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe for this video and to this channel if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. As always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching. Days of war and the nights of love. Heaven's on fire and I'm on the run. Dancing with the devil in the midnight sun. I'm falling in love. I'm coming undone. And if you are still watching, you are here to see my thoughts on the ending to Drinking Buddies. Basically, we have Luke and Kate. They kind of get into an argument because they both have immense feelings for each other, and they can't really do anything about it. Kate is single, but Luke is still in a relationship with Jill, and they've been together for 6 months. They're talking about getting married, all this type of stuff, and it's just a very complicated situation. In any other romantic comedy, at least based on the ones that I've seen, what would end up happening is the couple that's in the relationship would end up splitting up for some reason, or the guy slash girl, depending on who needed to break up with who, would split off the relationship and go with the person and be all lovey-dovey, happy ending and everything. But you can't really hope for that because Jill, she's a nice girl. It's just she and Chris kind of make the mistake of kissing. As far as I know, as far as the movie kind of tells people, that's as far as it really goes. But it's still something that you see kind of eats her up inside. Initially in the film, when she's laying in bed with Luke and she brings up the wedding idea, and it kind of seemed like she was going to try to break it off with Jake. No, not Jake, god damn it, new girl. She was going to try to break it off with Luke, and you see this and you think it's going to kind of go in the general direction of the comedy, and it's going to be just these two people getting together basically and just kind of be the basic thing. It doesn't, because at the end of the film, when she's supposed to be in Costa Rica, I think, she only got as far as Michigan, and before she had to turn back because it was eating her up so much that she betrayed Luke, and she's just in tears, and we see that despite the fact that Luke could have had a way out, he could have used this betrayal as a way to get together with Kate and be with her. He doesn't, because he realizes that he does love her, and yeah, and they stay together. And we have at the end of the movie just kind of them two making up over lunch, and that's where the movie ends. What I was kind of almost expecting to happen towards the end of it, while they were together in the apartment, is I thought that they were going to hook up in there at some point or another. Jill would find out in some way, she'd be heartbroken and leave him, or something along those lines would be a tragic ending. But no, that doesn't happen. Chris, on the other hand, Jill's boyfriend at the time, he essentially does what you would kind of expect, like what I've been talking about with romantic comedies and how they would typically go. He breaks off things with Kate because he has conflicting feelings between her and Jill, and so he breaks it off after 8 months, and I'm assuming in hopes to snatch up Jill. So he is kind of the one that does that, but he doesn't really get any sort of reward from it. He just kind of ends up on his own and is basically done with the film after that point. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the film in general and its ending. I thought it was a decent ending. I like the fact at how realistic the film was as a whole in terms of how it was depicting relationships we see all the time in our society. Just people that we know and hang out with, and even ourselves in general. We see two people that are perfect for each other, but it literally cannot happen because either those two people are in a really close-knit relationship with someone else, or at least one of those people are in a close-knit relationship with someone else, and it just will never happen, and people just have to come to terms with that, which is kind of what happens with Kate and Luke. They come to terms with it, and they continue being best friends. So leave your thoughts on the ending to Drinking Buddies and on the movie in general in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Once again, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you so choose. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that is about it. As always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.